Alright, so just packing for my first away game of the season, playing at Harrisburg, so the same team we actually played against in the previous video, which is a quite unique opportunity for us. As we did lose the last game, we can really track for making steps forward now. Pretty much packing everything you guys saw that I take to my home games with a couple of additions. One addition I am making, I'm still packing 2 pairs of boots. So these are my match boots that I typically wear at home. I always pack a pair of turfs, because when you're playing on the road, you never know what surface you're going to be playing on. Another addition I'm making to my away day bag is this, and it just came yesterday, perfect timing. This is the Morph collapsible foam roller from Breezin. So this is my normal foam roller, which I've been using for a while. Look how bulky it is, and it's heavy as well, so if I put this in my away day bag, it just takes up so much room, and then I've got to fit everything else in there as well. It's almost impossible to have a look at this. So actually having the first look at it here, but I know how good these are. I've seen them used online. The difference with this one is that it's collapsible. So as you can see, this is how it comes. So you can pack it, and it doesn't take up any room whatsoever. I can pretty much line my bag, and it's taking up no space whatsoever. So I can still fit every single thing I need into my bag. Then when you want to use it, you pretty much just pull on these tags here, and it's a foam roller, and that's actually really sturdy as well. I'm going to give this a full go later on after our match. I'm looking forward to recovering with this, but as you'll see, it can take my entire weight. Even though it's collapsible, it's very sturdy as well, so I'm going to be able to get a good quality foam roll session on this. And then when you're ready to collapse it once again, you literally just push in the sides, and there we go. So that is going to be an absolute lifesaver for me, so I can still recover on the road. So if you play for a team, you're on the road with them, you travel, you need to bring your team bag, but you also want to be able to bring your foam roller and still have room for all of the other things that you need on that trip. The Breezin Performance Morph collapsible foam roller is going to be an absolute lifesaver. So I'll put the link to it in the description box below. Go check them out. This is going to be an absolute game changer for you traveling athletes out there. I'm going to get on the road now. It's about a 4-hour trip down to Harrisburg. So I'm going to get down there early, shake off the journey a little bit, stretch out the legs, get some food, so I'm ready to go for tonight's match. But I just want to show you some clips from yesterday's training session. Some of you guys ask, how do you train the day before a match? So I got together with one of my teammates, August Finn. You guys have seen him in a previous video. So this is the kind of thing we'll do. It's very low intensity, very light. We're not trying to fatigue the legs, but just get some touches on the ball. So I'm just going to show you those training clips right now. So here's a look at the training session August and I did the day before our match. So if you remember, a few episodes ago, August and I got together for a training session at the beginning of the week, and I'll put a link to that video on the screen right now. But something I want you to notice is the difference in intensity levels between that session and this session. In the previous episode, we were training at the start of the week, where you have plenty of time for the muscles to rebuild and recover ahead of the weekend match. Now we're training the day before a match, so the intensity levels need to be a lot lower. We don't want to fatigue our muscles, because that's only going to hinder our performance when it comes to match day. So we're still getting a lot of touches in here, but the intensity levels of this training sessions are much lower. So we began the training session with a very simple passing and receiving drill, controlling the ball with the left foot across our body, playing it with the right. We did that for 1 minute, and then we reversed it and did a minute in the opposite direction as well. Then we moved into a slightly more dynamic passing drill. So we received the ball, play it back 1 touch, receive it on the inside of the cone, play it back 1 touch, and then it's a very light footwork activity in between those middle cones. So we're increasing the heart rate slightly, but still not enough to fatigue the legs. This is almost on the level of an active recovery, which is just increasing the heart rate slightly to flush out all those toxins and lactic acid that you build up over a week of intense training. So this is actually going to make us feel better on match day, just by increasing that heart rate a little bit, getting the blood circulated. Then we use the same drill setup, but this time we receive the ball on the second pass and dribble through those middle cones. As you can see, once again, probably going about 50% here, just getting some dynamic ball mastery. So using the inside and outside and sole of both feet to manipulate the ball, keep close control, get out the other side and play the ball back to our partner, receive it again and go in the opposite direction. So for these drills, we're probably working for 30 seconds at a time. Then we switch roles and the other player becomes the passer, and then we go 3 times in total. So getting a lot of touches, getting the heart rate up slightly, but again, nothing that's going to put fatigue on the legs. Then we moved into this final passing and receiving exercise. This time we're taking the ball with the sole of the foot, keeping it on the move by dragging it across our body, and then playing the ball with the inside of the foot between each gap that those cones provide in the middle. So for this one, we went for a minute straight, then we rested for about 30 seconds, and we repeated this one 3 times. Because we're working together at the same time, we could extend the amount of time that we're working for. And as you can see, it's not very intense whatsoever. We're just shuffling from side to side, taking the ball with the sole of the foot, trying to keep quality touches, and then roll the ball to our partner and repeat both ways. This is going to sharpen up our touch ahead of our match tomorrow. And that was the end of the training session. We probably went for about 45 minutes, and that was good enough. Alright guys, so we made it to Harrisburg. It was about a 4-hour drive, which is crazy that it takes 4 hours to drive to another state in England. If you drive 4 hours, you pretty much get halfway across the country. Anyway, we made it here. We've got a few hours until the game, so we're going to go out and explore, which I'm really excited for, because with the Lancers we go to all these cool cities around the US, and oftentimes I don't get a chance to go and explore. We pretty much play the match and then drive back. But it's actually mine and Becca's anniversary this weekend of 4 years of marriage. So because we don't have training after the match, we have a day of rest. We can spend the weekend here and just enjoy ourselves and explore a new city. So I'm really excited. So I'll give you a little apartment tour. We're staying at this place that Becca found on Airbnb, which is really nice. Front door, we've got the bed here, we've got a TV, we've got a fireplace, hopefully we can get that working. We've got a kitchen through here. This is the best part about it, coffee machine. And yes mate, lots of coffees. I'll definitely be having 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 5 of those. And this is one of my favourite parts, so just out the front window, a river, and then it's got a nice like sidewalk along. I've seen a lot of people jogging, walking their dogs, so I'm sure we'll at least get a little walk down there. We're not going to do too much today because I need to save my legs for the match this evening, but we're going to go into the city centre, have a quick look around, probably find a coffee and a light bite to eat, get ready, get all my stuff together, and then we'll head over to the arena. So let's go explore Harrisburg. So we had a little exploration of Harrisburg. Pretty nice city. We didn't get too much covered because I didn't want to put too much on the legs, as I said. So we'll get a better look around tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. But the boys are about 20 minutes away from the arena and I'm about 10 minutes away. So I'm just going to leave now, meet them there. So I got a coffee and had a breakfast sandwich. As you guys know, I eat very light on match days. And I just had this granola bar, drinking plenty of water. But I like to feel really light on my stomach. That just helps me feel like I'm performing at my best. And then I'll refuel after the game with plenty of stuff. So we're gonna get over there now, get warmed up, and then it's game time. So let's go. guys, so back from the game. I'm going to talk quietly because we're not sure if we have neighbours in this apartment, so we don't want to disturb them. But unfortunately, as you guys saw, we lost another game, but we are making baby steps. Played that exact team 1 week ago. We lost 12-3 at home. Now we came to their arena and we lost just 7-1 this time. I know that sounds like a big scoreline, but in indoor football that's pretty common. It's not uncommon for a lot of games to go over 10 goals for one team. We need to keep reducing the amount of goals we're letting in, and obviously we need to get better at scoring goals. We only scored the 1 goal tonight. We just got to make sure we're being clinical, because that's definitely one of the differences right now. What I've noticed between us and other teams in this league, they take their chances when they have them. In that particular game tonight, we conceded a lot of goals early on. So we actually conceded 4 goals in the first 10 minutes, I believe. So that just shows how we start games. We don't start very well, we're quite panicky, we take a while to get organised. Then once we get in a rhythm, we're actually quite hard to break down. We went the whole second half with only conceding 2 goals, and we actually scored in the second quarter. So in indoor it's broken into 4 quarters. We scored in the second quarter, and they only scored once in the second quarter as well. So if you judge each quarter individually, we tied a quarter with them, and in the last 2 quarters we only conceded 2 goals. So we are getting better defensively. So unfortunately another loss, but we have to move on and look ahead into the next match. So tonight I'm just going to recover, get some foam rolling in. So I've got my collapsible foam roller. Still can't believe this is collapsible and you can put your entire weight on this. It's just a crazy invention, but absolute lifesaver for this season. So make sure you check out Brazen in the description box below if you want to get these for yourself. So easy to pack and just does such a good job. Look at this, I can literally put my entire weight on and get a full recovery session. So what I'm going to be doing is targeting the hamstrings, putting all my weight on, literally lifting my body off the ground, rolling it back and forth like this. Probably go for 30 seconds to a minute on both hamstrings, both quadriceps, my calves, my glutes, maybe a little lower back, and also a little bit of IT band as well, which runs down the outside of the thigh. These are all the areas that particularly get tight, and then I'll have a little bit of a stretch as well. Again, the hamstrings, the calves, the hips, the glutes, that entire lower body. You guys saw it in my pre-activation, my active recovery session, the kind of stretches that I'm doing. Spend about 30 seconds on each of those areas so that I don't wake up tomorrow really tight. And then tomorrow will be a recovery day. I'm going to be out here in Harrisburg just enjoying my time, ready to go for another week of training with the team. So it's going to be good. The journey continues. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If you did enjoy today's episode, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.